track. Our Egyptian Rain at $7. Very good overs. They've supported it also on track. And Regimental Gal, number 9, been spec the last call coming through from the bookies ring. And it's quoted around $7.40. You're shopping okay. They are clearly the three that they're supporting. There's been a little bit of money for Victory Vane and Grand Army, numbers 6 and 1. Alf, let's get your late mail for the race that everyone can't wait for.
Not really late mail, it's basically my selection because I'm just going to go for value. I don't think there's much between the entire field here. It's what gets luck, gets the right sort of run, and in fact what's suited to get cover and can finish off. Look, I'm going to still have something on Brief Embrace. I think it's fantastic odds on offer. It's drawn towards the inside. Now it may happen to be the perfect barrier draw for it. Last time it met my second selection, Our Egyptian Rain, they're on the same weights. Today, 3 kilos in favour of Brief Embrace. It looks outstanding. Our Egyptian Rain looks great, loves the straight, form's terrific. Look, you can't say any more about it. Number 9, Regimental Gal. Again, it's drawn perfectly to get the right run. It'll get a little bit of cover. It can go wherever it chooses to, wherever the speed decides to go. And I still don't think it's a foregone conclusion whether they're going to go inside or outside. In fact, how many do it is probably the question. Also, number 3, Exceed and Excel. I watched him closely. He looks terrific. Nick Moratis will be very, very happy. And also its trainer, Tim Martin. Corey Brown sits on. Again, he's the likely leader. Whether he goes to the inside or outside, even Corey wasn't giving us much away in an interview, but he looks great. 11 ahead of 4, 9 and 3. But in saying that, Andrew, a host of chances.
And so it should be. The Group 1 Newmarket, another race in the Silver Arrow series conducted by Racing Victoria. Let's, Alf just mentioned an interview with Corey Brown. Let's go to that now.
Exceed and Excel holding favouritism at $4.30. 670 Regimental Gal. And 680 for the 9, which is Regimental Gal. Ahead of it is the 4, Our Egyptian Rain at 670. Titanic Jack, the one that they're working on at the moment. Here's Galapagos Girl coming up into the stalls. Impaler, who'll take the outside gate on the move. Titanic Jack coming up now into gate 5. Next along, Scaredy Cat. He's ready. Ran well in the Lightning before choking down in the Oakley. Played a tongue tie on today. Impaler about to come up. There's Regimental Gal going into the stalls in 7. Truglow to take 8. Out wider there, Galapagos Girl is ready alongside Victory Vane. And in 14, Grand Army is ready. Impaler is lined in. The field looks set. Ready for the Newmarket. Set. Racing and Exceed and Excel out of 9 began well, and so did Blur and Our Egyptian Rain. They're all going to go to the flat side. Galapagos Girl had got away well. Naden was away quickly, and so was Reactive. And Regimental Gal is just off the pace. Exceed and Excel, the 3-year-old, scorched over the field, and after 250 metres is against the rails and in front. Regimental Gal moved up into second placing, and Naden right behind the leader, followed by Reactive. Impaler's a little wider out in 5th placing, trailed by Blur. Just behind these is Our Egyptian Rain, and they're trailed by Brief Embrace. They're trailed then by Scaredy Cat. Wider out is Victory Vane, and Grand Army is very wide. Debrief a good way back along the fence, followed by Truglow, Galapagos Girl and Titanic Jack, one of the last. Exceed and Excel at the 400 by about a length and a half to Regimental Gal second, Naden behind them, and they were followed then by Reactive. Our Egyptian Rain starting to run on fairly, and then Blur, followed by Truglow. Exceed and Excel, he kicked away out by 3 lengths with 150 metres to go now from Regimental Gal, and then Naden, Scaredy Cat on the inside. Exceed and Excel in front. Regimental Gal, Titanic Jack are flying, but the 3-year-old wins it. Exceed and Excel first. Brilliant speed to beat Titanic Jack or Regimental Gal, and then Naden, Truglow, and back behind them Scaredy Cat, followed by Reactive, and then came Blur. Our Egyptian Rain, and behind these to finish in the race was Brief Embrace, and she was followed further back by Debrief, Impaler, Grand Army, Victory Vane and Galapagos Girl. Straight to the lead, straight to the rails, and he hit the accelerator button with about 250 metres to go, Corey Brown, and Exceed and Excel broke the field apart. Wonderful display of acceleration by the 3-year-old. Exceed and Excel has won the Seppelt Wines Newmarket Handicap. Second has gone to number 2, Titanic Jack. He's come from last with a storming run. And third, number 9, Regimental Gal, who sat second for much of the race and just had that position grabbed from her in the shadows of the post. 3, 2 and 9. 3, 2 and 9, Exceed and Excel, taking out the Newmarket handicap with 55 kilos, the same weight that General Nadim scored with a few years ago. Placid Arc carried that weight. Only Scalacci in recent times, who won with 55.5, has carried more than Exceed and Excel to win. And now the world stage awaits. On to Dubai and beyond that in the hoof prints of Choisir in England. Number 3, Exceed and Excel first. Ridden by Corey Brown for trainer Tim Martin. Owned by Nick Moratis and A&S Osberg. He's now had 11 outings for 7 wins and a second. He gave them all the chance to run him down, but he was just simply too fast. 4:30 and 2:10, Exceed and Excel. 2:90, Titanic Jack. 2:50, Regimental Gal. Quinella, $21.50. The Exacta, $39. The Trifecta, $200.80. And the running double, $23.30 on 1 and 3. The margins in the race were a half length by half a head. 1:8.72 the time, 1:8.72. Well, he's a brilliant sprinter, and it was just a section between probably the 6 and the 400 where he ran sub-11s on each occasion that had them off the bit chasing. He was entitled to get a little bit tired at the end because he'd done his work. He'd smashed the field apart. He'd taken the Newmarket by the scruff of the neck at that point of the race.
Here we go. We're down here with Nick Moratis. Nick, trainer's playing at low key. We haven't spotted him yet, but what about the owner?
What can I say? Twice at Flemington, might and power. Now this guy in a big race. Never thought in my lifetime I'd be taking 2 big races at Flemington. But it's fantastic to be down here.
Ready to take on the world now?
Well, I hope so. Take one step at a time with him, like, you know.
When we say the world, you talk about Dubai for sure, but what about Ascot?
Well, I'll leave that up to Timmy. He's a trainer.
And here comes your trainer. Tim Martin's coming right behind you. Tim, congratulations, mate. What about this? Owner and trainer together.
Yeah, well, a good day today at a double.
Yeah, a double. One in Sydney, one here. Great.
One here, you've joined them both. What about that, Tim?
Yeah, it's good, very good.
Where'd you watch it? Because you didn't watch it in the grandstand.
Watched it in the bar hiding from you blokes.
And how was it just watching it in just the last couple of 100 metres?
Well, Tony Bassett started cheering about 3 furlongs out. I was getting worried. He went off too early.
Go and enjoy it, Tim. Go and enjoy it, Nick. Thanks, mate. Tim Martin and Nick Moratis as they come back after a, well, what an exciting race. Exceed and Excel, Titanic Jack, Regimental Gal in a time of 1:8.7. And Corey Brown comes back. He might have ruptured a muscle in his ankle, Chris, but he's enjoying winning, and he's enjoying winning the Group 1 Newmarket.
Yes, Andrew, all that pain would be taken away for Corey, and there was a big cheer went up here at Warwick Farm. The locals were on this horse to a man, I would say, and what a blistering display of speed that was. Exceed and Excel, the winner of the Group 1 Newmarket, and a fantastic performance. They didn't get near him, and Corey very, very happy. Titanic Jack running his usual terrific race. Regimental Gal, an honest run, and $200 for the trifecta after the running of the Group 1 Newmarket handicap today. Now, 3, 2, 9 and 15, the first 4. $2,014.70. $2,014.70. The first 4. Good 1, 2, 4 and 8. And a pretty open cup. Glass Park Miss for Wayne Hawkeye, the favourite at 360. Support for the 1. Growing at 5. 660 Lyrical Prince. Windy Dawn given a chance at 720. Somebody Hot Raj and Sleep Bank for Gary Murphy at 940. And some support Sylvan Heights. The running of the Eden Hope Cup will bring that live over the 1850. Now, the Warwick Farm ratings on the Group 1 Chipping Norton Stakes on a slow track. Keep that in mind now. You're looking for the horses who can handle the wet. Starcraft has won once in the rain-affected going is at the 100 rater here. Ambulance, bit of an unknown quantity. Accelerator has handled the wet, and Prime Century is given a chance too. And the ratings 8, 7, 3 and 5. Now the the market, and Starcraft is the firm favourite in the ring in front of Ambulance, but here's the market. Long odds about Freemason in the ring. It's double that in the ring. Platinum Scissors. You're getting Fraction Overs, Accelerator. It's about level pegging. There has been support for Accelerator. Terrific Tour has given some chance. Prime Century at $31, about the same. Gentle Genius, it is a little overs on the tote. Ambulance, unders, fraction on the tote. And Starcraft, you're getting a fraction overs on the tote at the moment, and long odds about Muhtir. Jim Cassidy sticking with the 3-year-old in this race and is aimed at the Derby. So the runners are starting to parade here, and Freemason, Tony Brussel, has joined me with this slow track. It throws things into a bit of disarray. You wouldn't expect Freemason to be winning.
No, you wouldn't think so. He probably was up against it on top of the ground anyway, but yeah, we might just wait for a little longer with Freemason. He needs it further.
I know you gave Platinum Scissors some chance this morning.
Yeah, I did. He trialled very nicely, but his wet track form isn't real flash, is it? He's had 4 goes in the wet, yet to run a place. He'll be improved with the run, but yeah, not as bullish about him now with the rain, Chris.
Correct weight at Flemington on the Newmarket, 329 correct weight. Now, Accelerator has had good backing.
Yeah, not surprising either. He looks in excellent fashion. Stablemate to Platinum Scissors, of course, but he's got plenty of wet track form, as long as it's not too heavy, and he'll be up on the speed. He'll run a big race for you.
And number 4, Terrific Taurus, a big class rise.
Terrific Taurus, he's better noted as a longer distance type of horse. He's in good form, but yeah, weight for age doesn't really grab you, does he?
Prime Century's been racing well, but again, it's a class rise for him.
It is a tougher race. He's a bit easy in the betting. His form's okay, but it would be a bit of a shock to see him get away with it. He looks okay.
Well, they're moving in well at Cheltenham, and the 3-year-olds, of course, dominating. Which one do you like?
Starcraft looks terrific.
Okay, now, moving in well at Cheltenham. This is race 5 on the card. Once again, Adam Crittenden.
$5.20 for Lyrical Prince, $5.40 for Glass Park Miss. And they're all in and they're set for the James H. Greenhill Eden Hope Cup. All in. Off they go. Growing was just a fraction tardy to get going. Out well was Hot Raj. Also showing some speed after the start here is Windy Dawn. Not far away either is Growing, and Our Strike Breaker as well, followed by Lyrical Prince, Glass Park Miss and Sylvan Heights. A break on Bayzam, and last is Sleet Bank as they run out of the home straight. Hot Raj is going to take it up. Hot Raj led by the 1400 by a length on Windy Dawn, and Our Strike Breaker third the rail. Growing ends up in a lovely spot, 4th one off the rail. 2 back on Lyrical Prince, followed by Glass Park Miss. Over on the inside of her comes Sylvan Heights, 2.5 to Bayzam, and last of all is Sleet Bank as they make their way into the back. And it's Hot Raj, the 10-year-old, who leads the cup field and slows them down. Leads by a length on Windy Dawn running second. Third, the rail, Our Strike Breaker, the top weight. 4th is Growing. 2 back, 5th is Lyrical Prince, who's outside of Sylvan Heights. Then Glass Park Miss, followed by Sleet Bank, and last Bayzam about 8 lengths off the lead. At the 800-metre mark, and it's Hot Raj in front. Now Lyrical Prince has made a move here and quickly goes up 3 wide with Windy Dawn in the middle, and they put the speed back on now as they move off the back. Our Strike Breaker 4th, and then Growing. 2.5 to Sylvan Heights, Bayzam, Glass Park Miss, and last is Sleek Bank down before the home turn. And Lyrical Prince has run to the lead here now, quickly beat off Hot Raj and Windy Dawn. Growing moving around them, and then followed by Our Strike Breaker. Lyrical Prince will lead the cup field for home at the 300. Leads by 2 on Growing. Windy Dawn boxing on with Our Strike Breaker. Lyrical Prince in front at the 150. Growing's a chance of catching him though. On the outside, Our Strike Breaker. Still Lyrical Prince just in front. He's giving plenty. Growing is not going to get there, and Lyrical Prince won it narrowly. Lyrical Prince ahead on Growing, and third Our Strike Breaker, followed by Hot Raj and Sleek Bank. Next in was Windy Dawn with Sylvan Heights, Bayzam, and at the rear was Glass Park Miss.
The Group 1 Chipping Norton Stakes, numbers 8, 3, 6 and 7. Well, this is the horse with the slow track form on the board, Starcraft. Remember him winning the Debonair brilliantly out wide there on a slow track at Flemington. Look, there's not much wet track form to go on here, so you've got to keep coming back to this 3-year-old. The only negative, he'll get back in the field, and it seems to be an on-pace day, but with a bit of rain round, that can switch around. 3 Accelerator, he hasn't win on a wet track to his credit. He can go forward, looks the main threat. 6 Gentle Genius getting out to good odds. Look, she gets through it okay. The concern is Ambulance. Look, he's failed a few times in it. The bookies are really, it's a race to push him out in the market. He'll run another race, but I want to assess him on a dry track. 8 on top, Starcraft, hardest to beat. 3 Accelerator and 6 Gentle Genius.
All right, Ronnie, thank you. At the start for the Chipping Norton, a break, and back with more shortly on Sky.
The favourite walks in Starcraft, followed forward by Prime Century. Platinum Scissors coming up to the line. Freemason, nice to see him back. Muthea, Terrific Taurus and Accelerator are the 3 to move in for the main race of the day. The San Miguel Chipping Norton Group 1, $250,000 in prize money. Starcraft will jump away a very, very firm favourite. Back to 220 in New South Wales. And they're all in line, set, ready to go. Gentle Genius on the inside, keen to get on with it. Ready now. Racing in the Chipping Norton, and on the inside, Gentle Genius out pretty well, but it's going to be Prime Century leading early from Platinum Scissors, Muthea, Gentle Genius. Accelerator pratted out very wide over the 1400 crossing. Ambulance inside, Starcraft about 4 lengths. Terrific Taurus a length to Freemason. It's Platinum Scissors to the lead now, and at the end of almost 400 metres, Platinum Scissors a length and a half, Muthea, and then Gentle Genius, Accelerator. He's pushing forward on him once to try and get him a little closer, and as they work over to the far end of the Warwick Farm course, and it's Platinum Scissors about a neck on Accelerator, 3 to Muthea, a length further back in the field, Gentle Genius, 1 and 2 Prime Century, 2 Starcraft around Ambulance, 2.5 Terrific Taurus, a half to Freemason, working down the side and going along to the halfway at the 800, and Platinum Scissors shows the way. Accelerator sitting second, Muthea third, then Gentle Genius, followed by Prime Century, a little wider out as the heavily back favourite Starcraft, and then Freemason over on the inside of Ambulance, and Absolute is Terrific Taurus. They work their way along past the 600 marker. Platinum Scissors quickens up, Accelerator second. Here's Starcraft making a move. Over on the inside is Gentle Genius, followed by Prime Century. Ambulance on the extreme outside. Freemason, Muthea and 2 lengths, Terrific Taurus. Gentle Genius close to the inside, hits the front of the Chipping Norton as they're homeward bound. Starcraft wider out to second. Accelerator, Platinum Scissors and then Ambulance. They reach the 200. Gentle Genius taken on by Starcraft, and the Gold Coast Colt raced up to Gentle Genius, put paid to him, and then comes Ambulance late. Starcraft is the leader, safely holding Ambulance, and Starcraft wins the Chipping Norton from Ambulance and Gentle Genius, and then Freemason in company with Accelerator, Terrific Taurus, Platinum Scissors, Prime Century, and Muthea brought up the rear. He was too good. Starcraft number 8, 210 and 120. Ambulance will be second and Gentle Genius in third position. And he absolutely lapped up that rain-affected turf, didn't he, Starcraft? A colt, my gosh, isn't he a good-looking horse? He's a magnificent sort.
Starcraft, we've seen that horse in Melbourne recently, and it's done it again going up there. Of course, lost the Cadbury Guineas behind Reset, but the form lines have really stuck up. Ambulance finished off really good for second out wide. Gentle Genius holding okay on the inside. 8, 7 and 6. The Group 1, Chipping Norton, Starcraft, 210 and 120. Ambulance, Gentle Genius, trifecta, $43.80. $20. More on the Chipping Norton after this race. We're 15 minutes away from the 7th at Flemington. On-track favourite here is La Boucheron, very, very short at $1.40 on the tote. Southern Crown's been...
No sign of the starter. Here he is now. Todd Playing goes down to the ladder in the field. Nearly all locked away. Millfield Miss goes in. The starter's onto his stand and they're now set. Already at the 1800. They stand well. Fatal Attraction drawn in gate 2. The Zabeel filly. She'll run favourite. They're away. And off the inside, Moonfire was the actual first to hit the ground. Out very quickly, Rave, Spirit Lady, and also on the whistle. Penny West is going to fire up just behind the speed. Rave over racing there, had to check, and she's now trying to slot back in. Miss Memphis settles on the inside. Going around them next of all is Happy Talk, being followed by Fatal Attraction, Millfield Miss, and then Tissot. A little more than a length behind them, Stage Doll, Grand Era, the stablemate in on the fence, and then Balask out 3 deep, working up to the back, and last is Platinum Strip. Nearing the 1250, the top weight, Spirit Lady took charge, and she's bowled along in front a length and a half. Penny West dropped across onto the fence second, getting a trail behind Spirit Lady, who's probably over racing, if anything, down the side. In behind the Moonfire, third, settling from on the whistle, fourth, one off the rails, a length and a half to Rave. Miss Memphis next, the inside. A length away behind those came Tissot, which is gradually improving here in the middle stages, going around Happy Talk, Millfield Miss. Behind those, Balask and Fatal Attraction, and then a length and a half back to Stage Doll. Grand Era cluttered up near the inside, and taking off from last is Platinum Strip as they go inside the 700, and Hall has given them something to catch with the top weight Spirit Lady. She's out more than a length on Penny West, and then on the whistle, going well third. Tissot's gone around the outside to be fourth. On the fence behind the Moonfire, she's held up inside of Rave, who's getting a run in the middle, a length and a half. Fatal Attraction having to get around the heels of Balask when they turn the corner. Miss Memphis next, and they were followed by Millfield Miss. Penny West hit the front from Spirit Lady, though, as they go down to the 200 metres mark, and she'd booted away. Running on down the outside, Tissot, no Fatal Attraction. It's Penny West nicely clear inside the 100. She's got the 1,000 guineas wrapped up, and the Dexter filly comes away to win it well. Penny West beats Spirit Lady, Tissot third, and then Stage Doll, Raven close up behind the Millfield Miss and company with On the Whistle. Fatal Attraction didn't fire a shot, and they were followed then by Moonfire, then Happy Talk, Balask behind them. Further back in the field then came Grand Era, and last of all is Platinum Strip.
Race 5 at Doomben, the numbers are 2, 1, 3, 7. I'm going for Fashion Jewels here. Looks very good in the enclosure. Pretty well the same out there.
Easy on track. You're right on the mark, on and off at $5. La Boucheron at $1.50 is also very close. Long Yard, shopping very well on the tote. It's good overs at $15. Pantani, it's been pretty stiff the last couple of runs. Good value the tote compared to the odds that they're offering on track. $7.30, and there's a couple over the page at big odds. Numbers 9 and 10, Lynx and Risky Venture. The 7th at Flemington in 10 minutes. Now, weight is right on the Chipping Norton. Correct weight on the Group 1 in there, with Starcraft holding up the good form lines out of the Cadbury Guineas, defeating Ambulance and Gentle Genius. The interims through on that 1,000 guineas at Ascot. Penny West for Jason Brown, defeating Spirit Lady and Tissot. The trifecta, $275 on race 2 at Ascot. Now comes